late season 2015 and a half Coachmen Freedom Express Liberty Edition with a Premier package here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. The 292 BHDS is one of the best selling bunkhouse models here from Freedom Express. And you notice I call this a 2015 and a half. There are some late season updates that came onto this coach. Normally I don't reshoot video footage like this, but I felt compelled to do so with some of these new updates. Very exciting stuff. You can instantly tell a 2015 and a half by the nose cap. You see how this has that big bullet nose design? It's going to help you cut through the air a little better. Not to mention it just looks really freaking cool. That's an instant notifier that this is a late season model. Now, most of the time when you have a fiberglass nose cap, you won't see stuff like this. Let me see if I can get it in frame here. It's a little tough. There we go. You can see it a little bit. See how this is kind of modeled and this is smooth? This has, instead of a diamond plate shield on the front, it's a stick-on layer called diamond shield. You see that stuff on motorhomes. And it's designed to deflect stones and keep the RV looking very nice. Now, one thing I want to point out all over this trailer is the storage. Storage is excellent on the Freedom Expresses. First of all, you have slam latch baggage doors. You don't have the little twist lock silver knob job. So it's very easy to open and close these. You also have a different lock from everybody else. And notice that they seal the hinge on the baggage door here so that it doesn't get water damaged. Water can get in there and freeze and spring the hinge. Now when you look around down here, you see welded aluminum framework, you see wood, you don't see particle board, you don't see press board, you don't see that stuff. If you look around a little more, by the way, this is a little folding indoor-outdoor table that's part of the anniversary package. I'm mentioning that because this model contains a ton of upgrades. We sell a lot of this model, not all of which are equipped identically. So if the one you're taking home varies in the pictures and the description from this video, the videos here is stock footage, whereas the description and the pictures try to more accurately represent your actual unit. So, moving forward, you see this big white strip right here? That's an LED light strip. It runs the entire length of the front basement. So that's going to work to help keep the trailer looking good. You can see in your baggage door space down here. Not to mention it's very cool. Speaking of LEDs, that's one of the updates here to the nose cap is you have this LED fixture array on both sides, and that's going to help you hook up if you're hitching up at night. Push button power tongue jack means you don't have to manually crank the camper to either level it or get it hooked up to your weight distribution. And I do always like to point out that Freedom Expresses are set up with a dual battery tongue. So, you know, standard, most trailers coming from a dealership, ours included, you can opt into having a single battery put on there, but it does have room to have a second battery added. Just make sure you request that. That's not something we would normally do offhand. I also like to point out the windows. Big windows in the slides, and every window in this coach opens. So this is a 50% opening panel. That's the biggest opening you can put in a window in an RV. And even the windows on the sides of the slide outs open for cross ventilation. Now this does have an enclosed insulated underbelly, so it will be good for extended season camping. That doesn't mean 4 seasons. Very few travel trailers are 4 seasons campers, and even then you're really pushing the definition of that phrase. But most travel trailers like this are designed for 3.5 season camping. We have the full outdoor kitchen on this model right here, and they just redesigned this, and that's one of the reasons I want to put this video together. They move things around. They found that the kids were the #1 people in and out of the fridge, so they put the fridge down lower where the kids can get to it. And notice that you have a full-size fridge in this model. You also have a little shelf up here where mom and dad can keep things the kids don't necessarily need to reach. And they opened up this wall and put a coax mount here so you can mount a flat screen on that wall if you're so inclined. You do have nice storage. Again, you're going to hear me use that word storage a lot in this little walkthrough video here. Your countertops also are something that I always like to talk about in a Coachman, especially out here outside where there's a lot of moisture and humidity. This is a sealed edge countertop. Water can't get into a T-molded seam because there is none. When that happens, it causes the countertop to swell and get soft. You don't run into that here. Also, you will see the same drawer system under the outdoor sink as you will the indoor sink, and it's one of the best uses of space under that sink you'll ever find. And with a Coachman RV, you get the Coleman Freedom Camp Grill here. Now what's cool is this is freestanding. So if you want to take this and put it on a picnic table, you can. It just feeds off those little propane bottles that you get at, you know, big box stores. Freedom Expresses have wide axle stance suspension system. The idea here is that provides more stability in transit and it actively helps fight sway. You do have an outdoor TV hookup right here, so you can put a picnic table right here, set a TV outdoors, have a good time. And since this one has the full outdoor kitchen, normally if you added an outdoor grill, this is where it would be. But since this has the full kitchen, they put this gigantic drawer out here, which is awesome for like bug spray and sunscreen and all the things you forget to take inside. And you generally don't want to spray bug spray around the inside of your camper anyway, because you just don't want that smell building up in there. Now, in an upgraded model like this, if you look under the awning, you can see right there, we have an LED light strip underneath this awning. Now, when it's against the base of the camper, as opposed to the awning tube like that, it provides far more illumination to your campsite, and it's indirect lighting, so if you kind of have a migraine going on, it's not going to hurt your eyes, you know. And now this is something else I like to point out, and this is something we forget to talk about on these because it is such a nice looking high-end piece. This 30-foot trailer with a big super slide is only 6,300 pounds. That's fantastic for a big trailer like that. Usually a model like this is 72 to 76 on a conventional build. That's one of the things people don't realize about Freedom Express, because they look at it and think, oh man, this is a nice high-end piece. This is actually Coachmen's premier lightweight line. It fills so many roles, that's not even funny. That's one of the reasons it's so popular. Another quick disclaimer, just like the equipment, the fabric package here may vary based on the one you're taking home. This is called Slate. It's a fabric touch, just flat out neutral gray type system. And you know, it looks nice, but remember that your pictures, if they look different, you know why. So fold out hide-to-bed sofa, that can sleep 2 adults if you need to. The U-dinette can fold down into another 7-foot sleeper that can sleep 1 or 2 adults if required. So your extra sleeping spaces in this coach can actually sleep people, as opposed to like a little mini dinette. You can't really actually sleep people with those. The brochure will tell you, yeah, you know, you can sleep 1 or 2 people here. Good luck trying. This one you can actually use. Notice that your window treatments here in the Freedom Express are just like you'd find in a fifth wheel. You have both lambrequins and valances, giving you full privacy when the shades are drawn. Pleated nightshades versus cheaper metal blinds that can get bent up and destroyed. Remember, your windows on the sides of the slides do open for ventilation. And interesting science nerd fact, if you pull that shade down, the air pocket inside becomes very poor interchange, and that is the basic concept behind a thermal pane window. So in a sense, it's kind of like a poor man's thermal pane. It is absolutely not the same as a true thermal pane window, but it sure helps. Now again, back to that storage word. Notice how deep their countertops are, and the easy way to tell that is look at the empty space behind the stovetop. Most campers, your stovetop is directly against that wall, which another 15.5 update, an actual backsplash and not just wallpaper. So your cabinets are exceptionally deep. So again, we have that nice drawer under the sink I was telling you about. We have full extension glides on every single drawer you see in here, and just tons of space in all of your cabinets. So you can actually put pots and pans and big stuff in here. Even your overhead cabinets are far larger and deeper. Just to give you an idea, if I stick my arm in there, it goes clear up to my elbow. Now, even though these are lightweight campers, Freedom Expresses are a bit bigger. This is 81 inches tall inside, not 78 like most lightweight trailers. Some are even shorter, like 76. 76-inch camper means your hair is glancing light fixtures. Speaking of which, this is not just a Freedom Express. It's a Liberty Edition, which is the upgraded package. That's where you're getting the nose cap, the nicer countertops. Like you see that these are solid surface counters. Normally your kitchen countertops would match the sealed edge counters I already told you about. And then we took this thing and upgraded to a Premier package. And that's what's giving us the solid surface inserts here for the sink. We have the fancy light fixture on the ceiling you may have spotted, the fireplace, the really nice features above and beyond. So this features 2 full trim levels above the base model, including stuff like this. 8 cubic foot fridge instead of a 6. That's giving you 33% more storage space as compared to a standard model. Another 15.5 update is the little charging station. It just looks like a little key rack and place to throw some mail, but you start investigating a little more and you see you've got all kinds of power outlet options in here, along with these little holes where you can run your power cords for your smart devices down in here, keep your phones and tablets and everything charged in one spot where they're still easy to get to. Now, because this has a Bluetooth stereo system, it'll even reach here, so if you want to leave your phone charging and still play music wirelessly on your stereo all the way over there, perfectly suited to doing it. This is a nicer coach. We do have porcelain toilet, not plastic. And notice they have a triple shelf system going on here. So all that extra toilet paper, shavers, blow dryers, all that stuff, you actually have a spot to put it. And you can use your countertop space because you have a medicine cabinet, not just a mirror like you find in most lightweight trailers. And again, 81 inches tall means a tall guy like me does not have to duck in the shower. It actually has a usable stand-up shower. Back in the bunk space, single bunk here, 2 single bunks on the other side. Remember the outdoor kitchen's under here, so they opened up all this shelf space for just additional storage. And the kids do have extra wardrobe space back here. So not only can this camper sleep a bunch of people, it has the storage space in the kitchen to feed a bunch of people, and they can put their clothes away. You may notice a little coax outlet in the back here so the kids can have their own entertainment center, which is nice for rainy days. And again, every single window opens. The kids can get cross ventilation. Now, what's really slick is these upper windows, these are jowlecy windows. So they flip out and they create their own little shelter so that if it's raining, you can still have some fresh air rolling through here. Moving forward, again, that light fixture, part of the Premier package. Most of these models, these 292s, we generally upgrade to a 15,000 BTU air instead of a 13.5. In English, 50% more powerful. Your fireplace, as part of the Premier package, if your trailer has that feature on it, is an electric space heater. You can heat your camper with the electricity you already bought at the park versus the propane that you have to pay for it in addition to your rentals or your campsite stay. Again, your stereo is Bluetooth enabled, AM, FM, CD, DVD player, outdoor speakers, does everything. 32-inch flat screen, and this is on a spinner design, so that can face back in the bedroom. More on that in just a second. While we're talking about the bedroom, another 15.5 update. 80-inch bed instead of a 76-inch, quote, camper queen. Tall guys like me can sleep on this bed without my feet hanging off. And they did add an extra roof vent here in the bedroom in a 15.5. So mom and dad have their own sliding closed privacy doors, so they can sort of shut out the world. And then this TV can spin around to service both the living room or the bedroom. It's just that simple. Give us a call, learn even more about this model, 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Happy camping.